Are you guys ready to argue or what?
Dude, I'm always ready to argue. I was born ready to argue. Not on your level of like waking up and choosing violence, but
I know you guys see me just acting a fool. Hi.
did you tweet it out yet?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to episode number 4 of the Renegade Roundtable. I'm Jeff Kirby. We've got Caleb.
What's up?
We've got Stone. How are we doing, fake media members today?
The fake media is here.
Fake media is here, and
We're
we
here.
are. Let's just say we chose violence today. That is the theme of today's show. Violence. Yet again, when don't we choose violence? And
I was going to say, wasn't that the theme last week?
As Hunter says, hello, Jeffrey Brian Kirby the third. What's up, Hunter? Even though it's the second. Get it right next time, bud. But other than that, yeah, how are we doing tonight here in Cleveland? It's a gloomy day.
It's not that bad out. I'm excited. This week is like the one week to be excited to be a Pirates fan because we got the draft coming up on Sunday.
How you doing today, Stone?
I survived Tropical Storm Elsa.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how was that?
It really wasn't that bad, honestly. It was like really windy and a lot of rain, and I was nervous that the pond behind my house was gonna flood. Other than that, I mean,
Oh, you have a pond in the back of your house?
mhm.
Congratulations to you and all your success.
I go fishing. I'm basically Jeremy Wade, so hit me up if you want some tips.
There we go. I guess we're going to hit up Stone for fishing tips. What's up, Parker? What's up, Jared? I see you guys in the comments. All right. We got some stuff to get into. And boy, oh boy, let's just say Twitter, if you're a Steeler fan, is just this past week it was just in complete shambles.
That's putting it nicely, I think.
I mean, I have to keep it somewhat professional around here. Oh, wait, I forgot.
It was a dumpster fire.
Yeah, it was a dumpster fire. As you can see, the jersey I'm wearing, always appropriate. Why are you shaking your head?
I have some comments about that.
Well, let's get right into it because, as you can see, even if you're not a Steeler fan, everyone saw Devin Bush, our middle linebacker, first-round pick in 2019, was going nuts on Twitter, just rambling on about God knows what, rambling on about I don't even know at this point. I'm just gonna let the floor open. The floor is open. The floor is you guys's.
Caleb has no idea. So
I have nothing. I just caught the end of this party. I just saw he was going nuts, and I have no idea where it started from.
I guess the floor is me, right?
Well, I guess the floor is you.
The floor is lava. Anyways, that was super random. Okay, so I'm ready to talk about this now. That was crazy. Like, his tweets they started off kind of funny and just random, and you were like, okay, yeah. It started off with a TikTok situation. Everyone's like, all right, he's trolling people. He's being kind of weird. Cool, whatever. And then it escalated so bad. And everyone had an opinion. Everyone went crazy. It was just insane.
Well, there was two ways that you could look at this. You could look at this as the way Jared in the comment is saying, and yes, Hunter, you can ask a question for us to discuss. He said, I just ignore the drama and pretending it wasn't there. You could do that and just whatever. Or you can kind of do what a lot of us did and fed into it, and in a way, I guess, give him what he wanted, which was the attention. He wanted the publicity, and well, he definitely got it all right. And then apparently he got put on a 2 tweet per day limit, which I definitely think he has exceeded that. Which is insane. And the way I look at this too is I even tweeted out a few days ago, and I got destroyed for this. I'm going back to my tweet from a few days ago. I said, where is it at? I said, can y'all do me a favor and just shut up about Devin Bush? Y'all won't be talking crap, I'll put it nicely, about him when he's flying around the field making plays. Y'all look desperate trying to find something to complain about. That was 3 days ago. In a way, some of the stuff he was saying was off the wall. We all agree. But at the end of the day, right now it is July 8th. You're past OTAs. You're waiting on training camp. He is, I think, definitely at the last stage of trying to recover from his ACL surgery. I mean, it is what it is. And like I said, I think people will forget about it if he goes out and has a good year, is flying around looking like the linebacker that we traded up for. But then on the other hand, if he goes out and struggles and has a bad year and all that, it's going to be bad. The backlash that he will get is not going to be good. It's not going to be pretty. And we'll have to see how long this continues and how far this escalates as well, because there's a difference in how you can use social media. Like, for an example, the person that we look into, and probably all of NFL, who uses social media, I don't know if you want to say the most, but is Juju. But he uses it in a way of TikTok. He uses it in the way of he'll make his dances and all that, but then he'll post a lot too, but it's not anything crazy. And then you have this, which, whew.
You know, I agree with what you're saying to an extent. It's one thing to ignore somebody rambling and, saying all the crazy stuff. But where I draw the line is the video of the cat. I'm sorry. Say what you want. You can be mad at me. Put it in the comments. Come for me on Twitter. I don't care. You don't share videos of animal abuse, period, at all. That's where you lose me. So whether or not he plays on the field, fine. That's great. And I'll still support him as far as that. But I'm not going to like his tweets. I'm not going to agree with what he has to say, because you don't share things like that. I mean, you don't promote that.
Caleb, wait, do you have any little input? Because I know you said you caught at the very end of all this. I mean, do you have...
To be honest, just saw it. I was like, why is everybody, like, why do people care? And I was like, I'm just going to look this guy up. So I looked him up, and I was like, there are so many tweets. And I saw something about a limit, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't want any part of this. And I backed off because none of it made any sense. And I was just lost, as most things on Twitter. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to not.
It's like the tweets can be crazy. Like you're saying, like, you can ignore the crazy tweets. That's fine. You don't have to do that. But he should have known that some of the stuff he tweeted was inappropriate. It wasn't just being crazy. It was inappropriate. Right. And honestly, some of it was kind of sketchy too. Like the whole, he asked for people to Venmo him money. I think, like, I don't know, there's something weird going on.
I know they said that if you can guess my favorite wine, I'll Venmo you like some amount of money as well. And
no, he put out a tweet that was like, you can Venmo me $50 or something. And he was like, the pictures of my dog. And I was like, that's so random.
I'm interested to see how those conversations went between him and management, because, I mean...
You have to remember you're a brand. And I know he put out a tweet saying, like, everything I tweet is on behalf of me, not the Steelers organization. But people associate you with that organization, whether you like it or not. Right.
It's just, and I guess that's with anything when you work. And it's not just here in football or in sports. It's with any company.
Anywhere.
Which sometimes you gotta take that into consideration as well. I don't know. It's just a whole weird, random situation. And obviously, and we refer to, obviously, we're talking about Steeler Twitter, where everything blows up like it's nothing.
We're an emotional group, okay?
I mean, you're not wrong.
You see around the 412, they're like, oh, great, more pretend media. We're here. We're here for you guys,
which is something that we're going to,
that needs to be addressed too, by the way. Because,
which we are going to address, as you saw if you were here at the very beginning of the show. We got quite a few comments. So we had Jared said his phone will get taken away. Hunter commented his question of us of something that we can discuss. He said, Caleb and Stone, I don't know if you guys saw the NFL ESPN analyst name the top 8 quarterbacks in the AFC. Baker was 8, and I'm not happy. But Ben wasn't on the list. But Burrow and Wentz were. They were 6 and 7. What are your thoughts? Which we'll get into that here towards the end because we definitely can make something out of that. But he said obviously I saw the list. That list and then people debating about it in the comments saying that was very questionable. And then they said, did you say 412? I don't know if.
Yeah, I did. I said around the 412.
Oh, I think he's mad at you now. I think they're mad at you now.
Because I'm supposed to say 412. What is this, 8 Mile? Everybody from the 313? Calm down, Smitty.
It might be how it is, but yeah, I mean, obviously, we should probably end the show now. We're fake media members. We're never gonna be anything. So
I'm not even a real person.
Yeah, we're I mean,
I'm a robot.
We're all catfish here.
You are a robot. I'm a catfish.
And
we don't really know what Kirby is.
I'm just like the abominable snowman or something like that. Which now I could picture my face on a abominable snowman picture, and that's just gonna turn into a meme. Which, yeah, I might have just set myself up for that. But yeah, they said 412.
I'm sorry, okay?
We get it. You don't understand. We see your shirt.
I'm not good at numbers. It's fine. I don't have to be good at numbers. I'm not a real person.
That is very true. I mean, in a way. So now we have. So Hunter put out his was the top 8 of. Or what? Hunter, was that the actual top 8 or was that your? Okay,
I think that was the actual.
Okay. Yeah, he said Mahomes 1, Allen 2, Tannehill 3, Herbert 4, Lamar 5, Burrow 6, Carson 7, Baker 8. Which we'll get into that towards the end if we have time, which we should have time because that's something that we can definitely. I'm
sorry,
discuss.
that list made me like a little nauseous. I'm sorry. Carry on. Go ahead.
The disrespect.
Yeah, it's concerning.
It's very concerning, but you know what else is concerning is the amount of fake media that's going on now.
Let's talk about the fake media, all right?
Yeah,
I'm so sick of y'all. I'm so sick of y'all.
So, obviously, if you know, the clown, the Colonel Sanders himself, Mark Madden, he has been going. Also, he's just someone that goes crazy on Twitter every day for God knows what. Probably
I don't know why he's not limited to 2 tweets, but whatever.
Why he should be limited to -2 tweets. Someone needs to delete his Twitter, take his Twitter away. But he's also been calling out people, preferably around the 412. I even got comments on it about being a quote unquote fake media member. Here's my question to that. In today's era, or in any era in this industry of becoming a media member, become radio host, TV, whatever, don't you have to kind of be a quote-unquote fake media member, if that's what you want to call it to begin with?
I'm not really entirely sure what a fake media member is, to be honest.
What is a fake
I don't
media
really
member?
know what that means.
I don't get it. Like, well, because what are we? Because we're not with 93.7 The Fan in Pittsburgh? Because we're not with whatever the hell your weird-ass radio station is?
Because we don't violently attack other analysts or podcasters or radio hosts. So because I don't want to attack you for being successful or for, going after your dreams, that makes me fake. Well, okay.
Yeah, I don't get it. And let us know in the comments how you guys are feeling because the comments have been going crazy today. I appreciate that.
Who can tell me what fake media is? That's what I want to know. I think, what do you think that means?
Yeah. To me, I think fake media would be like equivalent to being an amateur media, which
there's nothing wrong with that.
So let me say, I'll say this. Hunter in the comments could speak on this as well because me and him have gone through this process together. When you're in radio or in television, you have to start somewhere. And typically you'll start in your college radio station. Me and Hunter have done stuff with the college radio station at the college we attend. that I attend. He's moving off to The Ohio State. Congratulations to you on all your success. But yeah, you have to go through a process. You don't just start up as the big boys. It's like baseball. You don't just get drafted and go right to the majors. For the most part, 99.9% of the time, that's not happening. You start off in levels. You have different kinds of minor league. You have the minor league levels. You go up and up and up and up until you get to that big league. That's exactly what you have to do here. And I've been doing this now for 2.5 years, and I've gotten criticized about this before, way before this, which is whatever, because I'm not a professional. I don't care what you have to say about that, because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to grow the brand. Stone, you try to grow your brand on Twitter and all that. Caleb, you're trying to grow. We're trying to all grow this together.
The face he made when you said that, he was just like, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, we're all in this together. We're all trying to grow this together. Around the 412, they're trying to grow their brand. Any other podcast there is out there, any other person who is trying to become a professional sports radio host or anything, you have to go through steps. And in today's era is obviously a lot different than the era he had to go through when he was in the process of going up. Where right now, what we're doing, I guess if you want to say we're amateur media, that's fine, because we're not professionals. But one day that's the goal, is to become one of those. Now, I don't know what you consider the level of becoming professional is.
He so around the 412, I've learned so much today. He said whoever doesn't make their living off of it is pretend media. Well, you know what? If getting paid or making a living off of it means that I have to stick to a script, or I don't get to say the way that I really feel or my opinion about it, then I don't want to be paid. Realistically, I know you're saying, being a professional is the goal, and something like, you want to be a big name, that's fine. But I'm not going to pretend. A lot of these mainstream medias now are very hateful. They're very biased. They don't want to take any real facts into consideration. It's a lot of clickbait, and I refuse to be that.
I think that's one thing, though, that's good about, for an example here, is we have a topic that we'll talk about. We'll script the topics that we're going to talk about, but it's not like we have to say, we're not going to sit here and say, Caleb, I need you to have this decision, and Stone have this opinion, and I have this opinion, so we could have, quote unquote, a good show. No, we're going to open up to how we feel, and we're going to debate it, and that's what makes good, genuine, quality shows, is when you're genuine about it.
If you want to be honest about it, I mean, we can tell the people how we're in our group chat on Twitter and we bring up comments, and like some people, sometimes Kayla will be like, oh, let's talk about it. Like, how do you guys feel about this? And I will specifically yell at you guys. I'm like, save it for the show. We're not discussing it in the group chat because, I want the show to be real. The whole point of it is that we're just regular people who love sports, and we're discussing it. It's not supposed to be this scripted out, say what we want you to say, type thing. This is just us talking about sports.
What if we are the real media and media is actually fake media? I mean, think about it. I'd rather spend my time listening to podcasts from a fan's perspective, than listening to ESPN about what they have to say about stuff.
Thank you.
If that's all scripted, I want to hear what the fans have to say. I want to hear what the team has to say. I want to hear what people in the know actually have to say, and not some ESPN analyst that's doing it for clickbait.
And it's just like
what if they're fake and we're the real ones?
Well, it's just like some of the stuff that the first one that we did that you weren't around for, Caleb, there was a quote that we talked about, and it was going around Twitter, and they gave just the one line of the interview. And then when you go back and you read the whole interview, it changes the tone of it. So, these big shows are giving you that one line. They're only talking about that. And they're like, this is what we want you to believe. But a lot of fans will do their own research, so they understand what that article really meant.
Right.
Or how they can interpret it themselves. And it changes that discussion drastically.
Yeah.
See, I can't tell you the last time I sat down and listened to like what an ESPN analyst had to say or watch one of their shows or one of the big name shows. I listen to the small podcast. I listen to that kind of stuff because that's where I get my information from people who actually care and not just because they're getting it for the money.
So a couple comments. We actually have another hunter in the comment. Shout out to both hunters. He said the hilarity being that most real, or the reality that most real media is fake as hell, which it kind of goes back to the whole clickbait stuff. And that's what Michael here in the comments as well says, the media will care more about Juju and his TikToks versus an athlete who beats their girlfriend/wife, whatever they can do to get more views. Which, yeah, because Juju, if you talk about Juju, you're going to get your likes, you're going to get your retweets, you're going to get your comments, you're going to get your shares, you're going to get whatever your views, whatever it is you're trying to do, you're going to get that. But here's another thing, too, that I don't like about media. They always talk about the negative on things, but they don't talk about positives. They won't talk about some of the positive things because it's not going to get the views or the clicks.
I feel like it's more like in the middle, like, because like he's saying, like, you know, they don't spend a lot of time talking about these athletes who do these legitimate crimes. You know, they're like, oh, well, we told you about it. So anyways, moving on. But then they don't talk about the positive things either. They want to get right there in the middle, like with Juju. Like, they're like, no, we'll get clicks off of it. It's enough to make people mad, you know, in one way or another. They're either mad that he's doing the TikToks or they're mad that people are attacking him. You know, it's just enough to get their numbers, but it's not so depressing. And it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. It's right there in that middle.
One thing that I noticed too with it, and I'll get to your comment around the 412 here in a second. Part of it too is just how in social media, the way to get clicks and the way to get likes is through negativity. Negative draws the attention, which sucks.
How do you think MM became so famous?
There you go. Well, not only because he's also just a clown. He should go. He talks about being a real media member. His real job should be to go find some circus to go and be a clown for. And someone please at him. Someone please show him the show.
I don't want to be included in his app because I'm not giving him any more attention.
@Jeff_Kirby99. Someone, I am calling you out, Mark Madden. That is what I'm doing here right now. You clown ass. Listen, I'm gonna try to keep it because I know we have actual children in here watching as well, so I'm going to try to watch what I say. But can you do me a favor? Shut the hell up. Take your old ass to a nursing home and turn your phone off, go back to a flip phone, and just do me a favor and delete Twitter. That's all I'm asking of you. That is all I am asking of you. Thank you. Now, I'll get to your comment.
Kirby, on that note, you give him attention by retweeting him and talking to him. You know that, right?
Sometimes though I do it though because it gives me enjoyment. Sometimes I do it because it gives me enjoyment. Because
I know. I mean, as somebody who chooses violence on a daily basis, I understand. However, his cronies are the weirdest.
Yeah, I usually try to not get like that, but I had to do it there.
It's hard. I know it's hard, but I've had to learn that he's a hypocrite. I mean, he attacked me badly for the wrong version of accept, and then went and misspelled his article, even though he's a real analyst and a real journalist.
So around the 412, so it's all about access to the team. For as long as we've been around, media members have the most access, and fans can't be a part of that due to bias. That's the wall we are trying to break, a blend.
Exactly.
Because imagine, and I'll talk about our case and their case as well. Imagine how cool it would be as us fans of the teams, but being able to have that kind of media access where we can bring it to you from a media perspective, but we can also bring it to you as a fan perspective as well. Where the media side of you can bring you the facts, and try to be truthful with the facts and not try to twist things around, but then give you your perspective as a fan. I think that's the blend that would make a very good, I guess, analyst or a media member, when you're able to find that mix. And here in Cleveland, we have so many media members who are just complete morons. There are some that are good. There are some that I like. But then a lot of them are also clowns as well. But
Well, I also think it is too. You have to, like, a lot of the analysts use a lot of football terminology, which I understand, but I think a lot of new fans don't know what that means. So, if they're watching it, they may not understand, and that might turn them off of watching that. So sometimes you have to be that middle ground. You have to speak to them as a fan, and as well as knowing your facts. You have to teach them. Don't attack them for not knowing.
Right. Because some people may not also have the access that you have as well. And if you don't, then that's where you should be able to come to our show, to Around the 412's show. And we can bring you we can teach you, we could bring you the facts, and then once you learn the facts and understand the concept of whatever the topic is, then you can formulate your own opinion. Which I think is cool with what we're trying to do as well, is we're trying to break that blend. We're very new. We're only 4 episodes in, and hopefully let's see what happens with us here in the next year to next 5 years. We'll see where we're at. But as of right now, what we're doing, which also kind of comments or goes with a comment that I got from Mark Madden earlier today, where he said, he pretty much said, asked me questions. So I asked him 3 questions that I wanted answers for. And then he says, pretend media chimes in. Enjoy your hobby. So
what's wrong with having a hobby?
I know people who have done what we're doing as a hobby.
But I mean, what's wrong with having a hobby? Does that make you less of a person? I don't understand that.
Like, thank you. I will enjoy my hobby. Thank you very much.
That's literally why I do it, is for enjoyment.
Right.
Do we high five, fist bump now? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, here's another thing too, and what's funny too is he says pretend media, so it's kind of weird that I feel like sometimes knows what I'm doing, because he'll there's a lot of times where he'll comment on my stuff. I'm like, oh, so you're watching me. All right, cool.
Y'all can be friends over there, because I don't want any of that over here. Yeah, I don't want any little Cheeto dust.
I should also we should also ask him why he feels so threatened about quote unquote fake media members as well. Why do you feel threatened? Because maybe we're taking over now and your time is up. Yeah. These are all things that we need to be asking him. Should we try to get an interview with him and see what happens? See how that interview goes?
If you get an interview with him, I'm sick that day. I'm moving, because I'm going to cuss his old butt out.
Hey, you know what? Here, that just feeds into what we were talking about. It's negativity. That'll bring us to views. There we go. We'll get 10,000 followers on Twitter just by that. But
if you in reality, think that I'm going to sit here and talk to Mark Madden, you have got me all the way effed up, okay?
Around the 412 said that he was so mad when we had Minka came on their show.
Well, let him be mad over there in his mom's basement. Nobody cares. I'm just not a damn.
Congratulate. The way I look at it is like, congratulations, you were able to get arguably the top safety in the NFL and a very good player on your podcast. That is great. That should be something that should be praised.
That's a dream come true.
And not only is it a dream come true, but what we talk about too is the access that we lack of have compared to the media members, compared to the big radio hosts have. It's great to see smaller podcasts get that kind of access to be able to get those kind of interviews. It's great to see. And not only that, we may not have the agenda of trying to find something to attack, rather than maybe trying to learn more about you, the person. Maybe learn a little bit about football, your side of football, but also learn about you as a person. Because one thing we have to remember too with these athletes they are human beings as well. They have a life outside of football, and I think to them sometimes they could be calming for them to be able to open up a little bit and get away from football. While yes, for more sakes than not, your main focus on that interview is to try to learn about football, learn about their perspective on the game. get a professional side of it, but then, like I said, open up and have them talk about it as well.
You never know what they could say that might change somebody's future either. You know, if they come out and say, you know, that they had a tough childhood, or they had, you know, or whatever,
right,
they didn't go to college, or they didn't do this, that might change somebody's future. And that's a good thing.
So personal experience for me, my very first experience of me getting to interview an athlete was a guy named Pierre Woods. He went to Michigan. He was on the 16-0 Patriots team, who actually did play as well, which was cool. And I got to talk to him. And we interviewed him. It was supposed to be a 15-minute interview. He stayed on with us for an hour, literally an hour. And we talked about not only his thought process on football, but also why he chose the University of Michigan, why he chose this, why, you know, learning about his process of learning his path to success, to where maybe someone who's watching could use that and say, hey, that's cool. And then they could take that into their process of trying to become successful at whatever craft they want to perfect at. Lack of access. You clearly have Brian Reynolds on the show right now. Shout out to Hunter. I can't pronounce your last name.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah. I don't want to butcher it, so I'll say Hunter. And then Jared said
that he's
I'll be on the interview. LOL. Just got to put a fake smile. LOL.
Y'all can put a wig on him, and he could use my Zoom login and be me, because it's not happening. I'll go straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Straight to jail.
But what if I have a get out of jail free card for you?
I'm gonna end up going right back. So
what if I have two?
It doesn't matter. It'll be like a revolving door, because I don't have anything nice to say to that man. I don't like people who put people down the way that he does. His comment about if I only had like 10,000 subscribers, I'd put a gun in my mouth. That was disgusting. Yeah. That was disgusting.
Because also, let's look at it this way. 10,000 or 10,000 followers. That was another thing too. He said 10,000 subscribers when, you know, around 412 they have 10,000 followers on Twitter, which is still great. Congratulations to you. That's a big accomplishment in the era of trying to grow.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like, why are you poo-pooing someone for not being at that level? Because you've been doing this for so long, where you've grown your brand. You've been able to grow for so many years, where I think they've been around, what is it, 4 years, something like that? If you're in the comments, let me know. Is it like 4 years? But maybe it inspires us as well, because it gives us hope that it's like, hey, we see what they're doing. Maybe one day we'll be able to get to that level. Maybe we'll be able to, you know, we're right here and they're right here. It'll be cool to be able to say, all right, now we're getting to that level as well, where you should be excited about.
You should always support people, always.
Yeah, rather than, we're here in Cleveland. He's a sports radio host. His name is Ken Carmen. He has been phenomenal to me. I've had him on an interview. He's always told me, hey, if you have any questions about the industry, feel free to reach out. I have no problems giving you answers or any feedback that I can. And that's what's cool. But he's also still young. He's only 35 or something like that. But he's been very cool. He's not poo-pooing the fact that I'm so low on the totem pole compared to him. But instead, he's willing to give feedback. He's willing to help out. And that's what's cool.
I still wear around the 412 merchandise. Why would I not support my friends? We're not in competition.
Yeah. If anything, they've been helping us grow. We try to help. I know we're lower than them, but they'll share our stuff. We'll share their stuff. That's what it's all about. Like you said, it's not competition. I mean, at the end of the day, it's cool to see all the people's success, especially when you want to say,
especially if they're doing good things.
You said what?
They're doing good things. It's not like, we talked about how the big media is so negative and everything now. If you're seeing another group of people doing something similar to what you're doing, and it's positive and it's growing that knowledge base, they need to go. So you know what? I'm leaving. I'm out. I'm bye. I gotta go.
Oh, this is great. I also like how she has a terrible towel just sitting right behind you.
I had just about enough of y'all.
But yeah, and another thing too is the fact that they're around our age as well, which is cool. It's cool seeing our generation grow into bigger and better things in your whatever craft it is. Where if you know someone, like I know someone who I went to school with who ended up being on an episode of Last Chance U for basketball. That's dope as hell. And it's cool to see people that you know, see your peers just grow their brand, grow in perfecting their craft. That should be something you encourage, not poo-pooing people like we've been saying for the last 15, 20 minutes.
I mean, why does he even have to do that anyway? I mean, does he think we're a threat to him? Because if we're really as bad off as it is, shouldn't he just not care, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're so big, why are you feeling, like I said earlier, why are you feeling threatened by what we're doing?
Well, I mean,
unless you truly feel threatened.
In my spare time, so.
You said what?
I catch catfish in my spare time, so I would be pretty intimidated by that.
Well, according
honestly.
to Around the 412, they're having Carly and Josh on next week, so you should join them in that interview as well.
I'm not speaking to them anymore. I'm protesting.
We need to get shirts that have the Renegade Roundtable logo on the front, and on the back it says "Fake Media Member," like on the nameplate.
Yes, I'm here for it. Well, you guys know I got the connection.
Hey, by the way, too, thank you, everyone. We finally hit 1,000 followers on Twitter. Thank you guys so much. You know what that means? We are currently at, it's either 42 or 43 subscribers here on YouTube, which 44 actually.
It depends if Caleb keeps unsubscribing just to be a jerk.
So that means also 6 more subscribers away until we give away a shirt from DC4L.
It's like I said, they're really good shirts, by the way. I mean, obviously.
And also, you go on their website, you can see Stone's top 5 favorite. Is that still going on? Yeah.
Yeah.
You go and look at her top 5 favorite shirts and maybe get your one.
Don't actually, because you'll find out too much about me, and I don't need to know.
I looked. There's a few shirts on. A few of the shirts that I was looking to get were on that list as well, which I thought was cool.
I don't want you guys to know who I really am. This is pretend media. You're not supposed to know what kind of person I actually am.
They said we weren't subscribed. Well, can you subscribe to us, please? I think they did. We are at 45 now. 5 away. 5 subscribers away. It is weird. I'm actually so excited that the fact that we have 45 subscribers. And the
not 10K, so you know what you're supposed to do.
You know what? I should just give up. I'm never gonna be anything. We're never gonna be anything here. We might as well just quit. Goodbye. Have a great day.
I'm just gonna close my computer.
Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead, close the computer. Never see anything from us again. We're just gonna fall into an abyss. Make burners. I mean.
I don't know the password to my regular Twitter. How would I make a burner?
See, you know what? I've fallen into that trap of forgetting my Twitter password. So then I just let it go until it makes me reset the password, and then I just reset it.
That's what I'm gonna do now. So let's hope
what you can do also is have like a little note, like a little thing in your notes, and just have your password, like all your passwords, or. I guess the trick is to put them in a contact. Put them as a contact, and then you just have everything.
He make met. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna figure out how to talk really quick. Let me get back to you on that.
I met YouTube Stone to hit 50
make
subs.
Make YouTube burners.
Yeah, that also the only reason why I haven't done that yet. Yes, I've actually had.
Were you thinking about doing that?
I ain't gonna lie. I've had thoughts about it before. But
hey, get your friend.
But the reason why I haven't is because that would be kind of funny if we did a giveaway, and then the first winner is one of our burners. That would be kind of funny. But yeah, hopefully around this time next week we'll have 50 and we'll be able to give a shirt away. How do you not like free stuff?
Right?
We're trying to give away free stuff to you. We're also, and that's another thing too, and I tweeted this earlier this week as well. I said, why don't people will claim that they support local, but then they never really do. Here's a perfect.
I don't know. I'm feeling like giving away some stuff too. Yeah. Not just a shirt, but I don't know. I'm feeling like giving away some stuff.
Yeah,
so.
we have
some big items.
Some big items. We have some ideas coming up. I'm waiting for a free giveaway. LOL. Well, you've done your part, Jared. You've subscribed and followed us.
He's been here since day one.
Yeah, you've been here since day one. You've done your part. So, unless you want to make 5 burner accounts, then go right on ahead.
Stop.
Anyone, I'm asking everyone in the comments here. Go ahead and make 1 burner account and then subscribe to us and follow us.
You could still win. We won't hold it against you.
Yeah, because how will we know? We won't know. Unless it's Jared Sanchez 2 dash Jared Sanchez 3 dash. Even though
he's going to make 1,000 accounts.
Hey, I would be okay with that at that point.
That's dedication. I'm not even mad at you.
Yeah, that's just purified dedication.
You know what? You deserve this shirt. What if he made 1,000 and still didn't win though?
Yeah, what are the odds of that?
I would feel upset for them.
Speaking of that though, you know, you were talking about like supporting local and all that. Let's talk about fans really quick before we get off of here.
Well, because we got that, and then if we have time, I want to get into the top 8 quarterbacks comment that made Stone nauseous. But Caleb, you were the one that brought this topic into the conversation here, so I'm gonna let you open up with this.
All right,
because you brought me involved in this as well.
So everyone's been going around, and you see Stone's wearing the "I'm not from Pittsburgh" shirt, but you're still a fan, right? We're not, like that is such a like weird concept to me, because like you can be a fan, but what about those fans who are like Steeler fans, Yankee fans, Alabama fans, Warriors fan? Like, but every year it's just a new team, right? So what's the difference between someone who's a fan of the Steelers win or lose, or someone who's a fan of just whoever's relevant? And like, are we accepting them as fans? Or are we just like,
no,
because they're fans, but are you actually a fan?
Here's what you just said is something that I saw a lot here in Cleveland, especially when the Browns traded for Odell. I saw that with my own two eyes. I saw people coming out of the bushes, all of a sudden being Browns fans, and I'm like, I've never seen you talk about about the Browns a day in my life, and now all of a sudden you're a fan.
Yeah, it's like you got the tag still on your jersey, stupid.
Stop.
Only born and raised in the 412. Welcome. Well, that around the 412 said nope, stay away. Only born and raised in the 412 are welcome.
You guys, I was born in Hawaii. I didn't have a choice. Okay.
See, I don't know if I told you guys my story. I don't know if I've ever put it on air about my story of how I became a Steeler fan. Christmas of 2004. It was supposed to be a joke. I got a Ben Roethlisberger jersey, his rookie year, which I still have. And I was 5 years old. So the weirdest things would excite me. Like I saw Troy Polamalu's hair and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. In the fact that
Who didn't?
And they were also kicking the Browns' ass. What's new? And then getting that, I'm like, okay, this might be my team. Jokes on them. And then the following year, they go on, win the Super Bowl in that crazy ass year they had in 2005. And I'm like, damn, they actually just won a Super Bowl.
How could you not love them?
Yeah. And I'm 5-6 years old. That's exciting to me. And now here I am. I've been a fan since my whole life. Nothing has changed. My friends who are Browns fans have said, oh, you could come over to the dark side whenever you guys decide to be ass. At that point, am I a fan, though? I've put, especially, and maybe not just me, but to anyone who's like that, we've invested so much energy, emotion, money into one team. How could you switch up like that?
See, that's the thing I can't stand. Like I don't like fans who just completely disappear like and go away when their team's not doing well, but then come back and like, oh, I was a fan the whole time. No, you weren't.
No.
Yeah, like you could be a fan and not be following the team as much, but if you like come out and say I don't care when they're not winning, you can't come back and like you can come back and be a fan, but you're not on the same level as the ones who still cared all the way through the losing. I mean, look at what we're going through right now with the Pirates. The Pirates are, I mean, I brought this up last week. The Pirates are terrible, right? But all these fans who just disappear, like, oh, I'm gonna go cheer for a different team. I'm gonna go cheer for the Phillies. I'm gonna go
cheer for the Dodgers.
Like, yeah, we don't want you back. Like when we're relevant again, when we're 2 to 3 years, when this rebuild's complete and we're selling out games at PNC Park, we don't want you back. Go cheer for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Like I want fans. I'd rather have less fans, but have like legit fans than a bunch of fair weather fans who just show up for the party and weren't there for the hard part.
That's what I don't understand. I don't understand how people are mad. Like even like we don't live in Pittsburgh, obviously, and we're loyal. But people still, I mean, I still get things that are like, well, you're not from Pittsburgh. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's still my team, win or lose. Yeah. I would rather not be from Pittsburgh and be supportive all the time and have somebody who's from Pittsburgh. And when they're not good, they're just like, oh, well, that's not my team. You know?
Yeah. I hear that all the time. You're a Pittsburgh fan in Cleveland. Get the hell out of here. Shut up.
It's Steelers Nation for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like to me, it's not where you live and where you're from. It's how much you actually care about a team.
Are you a ride or die? Are you going to be there, win or lose?
Were you there when the Steelers were 11-0, or were you there when they decided to forget how to play football the last 5-6 games of the year?
Exactly. That it drives me nuts, and it's especially like relevant around say like the Cleveland area because I feel like that's what most of Cleveland fans are. I'll call out the whole city. Well, that's what their fans are.
We saw it with the Cavs. We saw it with the Cavs.
Violence.
Like exactly. I can put this as an example of me here, where I was there when they were good. I was there when they won the championship in 2016, but I'm also here when they're bad in the rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
Where I could have went out and I could have became a Laker fan. I could have gone where, with this NBA Finals, I could say, all right, I want the Phoenix Suns to win so I can invest something into that so I can watch it. But I'm not a fan of theirs.
No, you could just root for a team. Yeah. But honestly, I'll go with the same with the Penguins fans in the early 2000s. They all disappeared, and like the same with the Pirates fans. It's everywhere. It's in every city, in every sports town in the United States, and it drives me nuts.
It changes too. It's not just necessarily teams; it'll be players. Like when Fleury was good, everyone was like, "Oh my God, he's so great! He's just the greatest." And then he had a bad season. They're like, "Well, we have to get rid of him. He's trash. He's horrible. He's the worst person we've ever seen on the planet." And then he came back and he's good. And you know what I mean? It's just like either you like him or you don't. He might have had a bad season. I get it. There are still people. There are things that go on behind the scenes, like Gino and his injury. A lot of people said, oh, well, he had a terrible season, blah, blah, blah. His knee was messed up. And as somebody who has a busted kneecap, I can tell you that that's not fun. But everyone's like, oh, he's trash. And then they found out about his knee and they're like, oh, well, he was just so good to come back and help us with his busted knee. It's like either you like him or you don't.
Yeah. Hunter said, I was there when the Browns forgot how to play football for a whole season. Don't ever question my loyalty. That is one thing I will say. Everyone in my circle here in Cleveland that are Browns fans, I can stick up for them and say that they've been there through the good and bad.
And see, those are the kinds of fans I like. Even if they cheer for the Clowns,
yeah,
I like them because they cared about their team.
Yeah, they cared about the good and the bad.
There's a difference between also like what you're saying though, than caring and being so obnoxiously aggressive. Like Hunter gets on here and he jokes with us and stuff like that. He doesn't go out of his way to attack people though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm not like I got a message from a Browns fan. I told you guys that was like, go Browns. Cool. Like, thank you or that. I don't know. Are you going to sleep better tonight, sir?
Yeah.
But it's like I don't follow you. You don't follow me. You made it a point to send me that message. I don't just go around and send people messages like "Go Steelers," which I should. But
don't give me any ideas. I might just do that tonight.
But it's like if you're gonna instigate a situation with me, okay, I'm gonna defend my team. But I'm not just on Twitter like, let me see what I can do today. It's weird.
Shade1228 said people need to stick to their guns, and he also said too many people are suddenly huge fans after a team wins a championship. You see a lot in Florida. And then Hunter said true fans of a team find great things about their team even when they're at their worst. They find exciting things, aka, for an example, what Caleb does with the Pirates. He finds a good in things, realizes the farm system is a top farm system in baseball, and that gets you excited. While the performance at the major league level might be bad, he's finding the positive in the minor league, where the future is coming.
Yeah, and even with the major league team, there's a couple of guys on the team that are really excited to watch, and they keep me listening to the games every night.
Mm-hmm. And then around the 412 said go Browns. And then Super Steeler 111 said do it, Stone.
I'm gonna do it. So now the new thing is anybody that's still watching, and I'm gonna put a tweet out, send me a message of a fan who's not a Steelers fan. Yeah. And I'm gonna start just sending out messages that are like, go Steelers.
Do that to me as well. I want to be a part of this.
I got you. I
want to be a part of this as well.
Everyone send me a list of people and their ads, and I'm just gonna start messaging. This is probably not gonna end well for me, to be honest with you guys. But I'm gonna do it. So
wait, but it's negative attention. That would make you a real media member, not a
I'm gonna be so famous. You guys have no idea. Get in line. I'll do an autograph later.
Hunter said it's the Pirates. They'll trade their top prospects in the next 3 years. Kidding, in quotations. He said,
so her name is Gab Goody. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm reading ahead. Go ahead.
And then Hunter says, I love Cabrian Hayes. As well. So that was for you, Caleb.
You mean future Hall of Famer Cabrian Hayes?
What's up, Zay?
Zay!
What's up? And then Sarah, I don't know if you're trying to shorten it for Sarah, said Gab effing Goody, whatever that is.
Okay, so what is her name?
I Clown. That's what her name is.
Because I swear to you, every time I see that name pop up, I read it. This is how my brain works. My brain says Gabby Gouda. And I'm like, I don't think that's
That's
right.
definitely not how it is, but yet again, who cares? And then
she'll block me and she'll unblock me and then she'll block me and I'm like, I've never had an interaction with you. I've never spoken to her except that one time where I called her out for being negative and she was like, when have I ever said anything negative about people? And I was like,
Hunter,
okay.
So Hunter, a Browns fan, pretty much just gave us permission to go at her because he said, as a Browns fan, if you want to go at Gab, go for it. Some of her takes are just absolutely terrible.
She's so obnoxious.
Yeah, I know. It's and then we got another comment. It's Mad Dog 219 from Twitter. What's up? Appreciate you coming in and tuning in and chiming in as well. I know we're 7 minutes away from being over. I do want to say thank you everyone for tuning in as well.
Yes.
I'll say this again at the end of the show. You really don't realize how much this actually means to us. It really means a lot.
We get really hype, like weirdly hype in the group chat. Okay?
Yeah, you should see it. You should see. In fact, I have screenshots of me and Caleb last night when we finally hit 1,000.
I was ignoring them. Sorry. You guys were doing a lot, and I was like, "This is too much. I can't."
Here I can pull it up. I said we're at 10% of the way to 10,000 or to 10K followers. Caleb goes 5% of the way to 20K, and then I go 2.5% of the way to 40, and we just kept on going to like 1 billion.
And I think I just sent an emoji, like an annoyed face emoji at some point.
Around the 412 said we are just here so we won't get fined. And then Jared says, I believe it. Listen, some of the stuff we talk about in our group chat is
outrageous.
Something that is, it's also one of those things though. I know I leaked what I said, but that was just funny. That group chat, sometimes it's whatever happens in that group chat stays in that group chat. I don't know. Maybe if we hit like 1 million subscribers, then we'll leak it. I don't know. We'll see.
Why would you do that? That's so no. I'm not agreeing to that.
If we hit 1 million subscribers, though, we could put together like a little book and sell it for a ton of money. Sell like limited copies.
Yeah, limited
comedies. I'm not a part of this pretend media situation. I just want to make that very clear.
Don't worry. We'll hide your identity. We'll change your name and all the screenshot to someone else.
They'll assume it's just somebody else.
We'll do what MLB does to Barry Bonds. You just don't exist.
You can always just, fake messages like Gabby Goody does. But
wait, you said what?
She faked those messages from athletes. She like created DMs,
yeah. Which is
so you guys can just make them up. It's fine.
I don't get why people do that.
So weird. My dad used to tell me this thing. Like if we were doing something obnoxious, he's like, it's bad attention. You want attention, but you're going to get bad attention. You're going to get in trouble. Yeah. And so like when people do stuff like that, all I can think about is bad attention.
Right. You know, I just had a thought on something as well, where we were talking earlier about access for media members and how around the 412 they've been able to get players on as interviews. And in our case, we had Brian McFadden follow us, and let's just say, yeah.
And Mr. Sam. I love Mr. Sam. Sorry, guys.
Alex Highsmith's father followed us as well. That was cool. And
that's my buddy.
And we'll have to see. We might have to work on some interviews. Maybe we'll get them on the show and ask him. And then when we do, we'll ask you guys as well if there's any questions that you might want us to ask him as well. Because I think it's cool, too, to talk to a 2-time Super Bowl champion winner as well. That's something that is always very exciting for me as well. We have 3 minutes left. We got anything that we could discuss this Mike, or was it Mike Tannenbaum or his top 8? Let me pull it up here again. I had it.
I don't know my take on it.
Go ahead. I want your take on it.
If you squint hard enough, Baker makes the top 14.
Hey. Oh yeah, by the way, I was also getting I was getting killed saying there was no way in hell Baker's a top 8 quarterback.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, don't worry. Even if he's in the top 8, no one will be able to see him because he's so short.
No, that is true. So, Mike Tannenbaum's top 8 quarterbacks, real quick.
Oh, God.
Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Josh Allen. Number 3, Ryan Tannehill. Number 4, Justin Herbert. Number 5, Lamar the running back Jackson. Number 6, Joe needs a new knee Burrow. Number 7, Carson Wentz.
You be nice to Joe. I actually like Joe.
I had to do it. He was in the division. I don't mind Joe Burrow either. He was a former Ohio State Buckeye as well. And then number 8, we got Bunker Mayfield.
I do not like Baker Mayfield. I'm sorry. Whatever. That's just a personal opinion. I'm not a fan.
That list just, forgets that Deshaun Watson and Derek Carr exist.
It was around the 412 said that list was just AFC, though. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, I had to realize that too. As when I realized it was just AFC, I'm like, okay, then it may not be as bad, but still, I don't ever want to see Baker in the top 8 because to me he's always going to be ass.
Can I tell you guys something about Baker Mayfield? Like, I need to get off my chest personally.
Oh boy. Well, I guess we're ending off the show in a bang, huh?
Okay, so I told you I hate Andy Dalton's face, right. But Baker Mayfield, like, he looks like he showed up and they're like, we don't have any uniforms for you, so we're gonna put you in this one that's obviously entirely too big for you and you have no neck. And it distracts me from everything else that's going on because I'm like, where is this man's neck? Like, does he have one? I don't know. Do they just set his head inside the pads? Like,
Hunter said no Baker slander is tolerated. Well, you're gonna get some slander on Baker. And then Shade said, yes, Stone, all Baker slander is tolerated. I would hate Baker if he beat my team in the playoffs too and threw 3 touchdowns. Again, whoop-de-doo. The Browns fans finally cheering about something that they did in their life. Wow.
We're not talking about the past anymore, Hunter. Yeah. Stop bringing up the past.
Yeah, stop bringing up the past. This is a new season.
Look at Jared went into.
Oh, dear, Hunter. We keep living. I think Wentz being on it is the most egregious thing about it, and that's based on the fact we keep finding, or based off of his 2017 form with Frank Wright. Yeah, I think at that point, yeah, you're based on potential at that point. But we'll see what happens.
We'll talk about it next week because I made spaghetti sauce in the crock pot, so I gotta go.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. We had a absolute hell of a show.
It was a good show.
It was a great show. Until then, hope to see you guys again next week. Make sure to follow us and also subscribe to us here on YouTube. Hopefully this time next week we'll be giving something away. Until then, have a great weekend. Stay safe and peace out.